The fact that I'm a woman does not make me a different kind of Christian, but the fact that I am a Christian makes me a different kind of woman. This is a quote by Elizabeth Elliot, and I think it really speaks to what we're going to talk about in today's video. So if you were my daughter and you wanted to homeschool, this is what I would tell you. I wouldn't hand you a list of cute curriculum ideas or a list of morning basket activities. I would tell you the truth, the brutal truth. Because here's the thing that a lot of moms get wrong going into homeschooling. Homeschooling is not a lifestyle trend. Homeschooling is not something that you're going to try for a year and see if it will work out. Spoiler alert. If you just decide to try out homeschooling for a year, I guarantee you, you're going to fail. You have to be all in. Homeschooling is a calling. And if you do not approach homeschooling like a calling, it will eat you alive. So before I get too far into the part about homeschooling eating you alive, if you haven't already watched my masterclass, What I Wish I Knew 18 Years Ago, when everything was falling apart, I would invite you to do so, because homeschooling, let me be honest with you, homeschooling was eating me alive for probably 13 or 14 years of my life. I know what that feels like, and I don't want that for anybody else. So the link is in the description. It's a free masterclass. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, so let's get into it. If you were my daughter, here are 8 brutal truths that you really need to know and understand about homeschooling if you are going to succeed. And none of us are here because we don't want to be successful at homeschooling. These are our children we are talking about. This is their education that we are talking about. We want to give them the best. We do not want to dabble. So let's get into it. Number 1, your kids do not need fun. They need formation. Okay, so here's the thing. Of course, we want our children to enjoy themselves, but here is what has become the norm in our culture. Enjoyment or fun or happiness and nothing else, okay? And we are seeing the fruit of this philosophy in our young adults who don't know how to do anything productive, who do not understand what duty is, who don't understand how to adult. And I don't really like using adult as a verb, but I shouldn't say none. The vast majority of our young adults, and even, our older adults, there are so many adults out there who do not truly understand what it means to be a mature, upstanding member of society. And a lot of this goes back to the fact that parents wanted them to just have fun. They wanted to enjoy their childhood. All of these things in and of themselves, that's not terrible. Like, of course, when our children are supposed to be having fun, we should want them to be having fun. However, fun has become an idol, okay? And everything else goes by the wayside. If you are only considering that your children are enjoying themselves when you are homeschooling them, you are never going to have a student who thrives, okay? Because really excelling at academics requires a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of dedication. So if you, as the parent who are supposed to be making sure that your child learns how to just buckle down and do his or her duty, if you are abandoning that calling, then you're not going to have a successful homeschool student. Now, will your child graduate? Sure. Okay. But are you looking to graduate a mediocre student? Are you looking to graduate someone who knows the bare minimum? If you are, I'm just wondering what your motivations are there. So we need to stop worrying about whether or not our child is enjoying the learning process, because all of the things that I know how to do today that are truly worthwhile, they were hard to learn. If I became excellent at anything, it took a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. And if we are not teaching our children how to buckle down and just do the hard things and get better at it and become truly excellent at something, they're where are they going to learn that? They're not going to learn it anywhere. They're going to live a life of mediocrity. We shouldn't want that for our children. We should want our children to understand and know how to become excellent. So stop worrying about whether or not your child is having fun. Worry about whether or not your child is getting better day by day or week by week. Are they learning? Are they becoming a more well-rounded person? Are you molding them and shaping them into something excellent? Or are you just passing off mediocrity as an ideal? So you need to remember, this isn't Disney, this is discipleship. Elizabeth Elliot has another fantastic quote that I think fits really, really well here. The secret is Christ in me, not me in a different set of circumstances. So here's what I want you to really remember from this one point. Ease is the enemy of excellence. Number 2, if you don't run your home will run you. So here's what you really need to understand. Chaos is not random. It doesn't just happen on its own. Chaos is actually a vacuum of leadership, of strong leadership, of someone steering the ship, pointing it in the right direction, making sure that it's going the right way. Every single undone checklist, every single time you say, oh, we'll just get to it tomorrow, or we'll get to it next week, or do we really need geography? Every single one of those adds up and creates more and more chaos, more and more holes in your child's education. Here's what you really need to embrace here. Structure in your homeschool and in your whole life is actually mercy. Structure is what makes peace possible. So we should be pursuing that. We should not be pursuing a go with the flow attitude, because that is not where true peace happens. True peace happens when everyone in the home knows what is expected of them, knows how to accomplish that, and is in fact accomplishing that. That is how peace actually happens. Does it take work to get that? Yes, you bet it does, but it is so worth it when you get there. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote. Freedom begins when we submit ourselves to discipline. So here's what I really want you to grab from this one point. A rightly ordered home is an act of war against mediocrity. Okay, number 3. If you treat it like a hobby, it will pay like one. Okay, what am I talking about here? The name of my website, of my whole philosophy really, is vocational homeschooling. Now, what do I mean by vocational homeschooling? Well, what I mean is you treat homeschooling like a hobby, not just something that you have to do, not just something that you're doing because you cannot abide sending your children to public school, but you don't really like it. So it is a vocation. It is a calling. You are pouring yourself into it. You are learning. You are growing yourself. You are trying to do better every single day than you did the day prior. You're not measuring yourself against other homes. You're measuring yourself against yourself. Okay. You're making sure that you are giving homeschool 100% of what you have, because it is that important. So you can't build a legacy in your free time. You have to give it your whole attention. What matters is what is happening when there's no one there applauding for you and saying, oh, you're doing such a good job. No, you need to make sure that you are doing this for the right reasons and that you really are giving it your full attention. If you give homeschooling half of your efforts, it will give you half of the results that it could have. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote that I think really sums this up. Faithfulness, not success, is God's standard. So here's what I want you to walk away with from this section. You cannot expect professional results with part-time effort. You really have to be faithful in your calling. And if homeschooling is not your calling, and if you're not willing to do whatever it takes to give your child a really, really excellent education, then maybe you need to rethink what you're doing. And I hate to say that. I know that that goes against the grain of the homeschool convention message, which is basically anybody can homeschool. But I really disagree with that philosophy. No, anyone cannot homeschool, at least not well. Number 4, your children will copy your weaknesses before they will copy your wisdom. So here's the thing about children. You can talk a good talk about diligence and patience all day long. But if you, mom, are constantly losing your temper with them, and if you, mom, are slacking on your own duties, whether that be in homeschool or running the home or whatever it is, they see you doing that. And that speaks so much louder than any words that will ever come out of your mouth. They see how you handle pressure. They see how you speak to your husband. They see the care that you take with your own body. They see the way that you spend your time. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote. You cannot give your children what you do not possess yourself. Wow, that one hits really hard. So what does this mean, moms? It means that if we want our children to be kind, if we want our children to be patient, if we want our children to be diligent and disciplined, we have to exemplify that to them. We cannot expect our children to be more mature and possess more fruit of the Spirit than we ourselves are showing them. Fix your habits before you try to fix theirs. That is the real life curriculum. Number 5, most homeschools fail because mom refuses to do the hard things. Hard conversations, hard corrections, hard consistency, day in and day out. That is where maturity is forged, both yours and theirs. Let me tell you, mom, you can be a 40-year-old woman and still terribly immature. We have to fix that. Avoiding pain does not protect you. It actually paralyzes you. It keeps you from moving forward, and it keeps your children from moving forward too. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote. The will of God is not something you add to your life. It is your life. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I have to ask myself this question sometimes. Do you think that the will of God for your life is to spend it wasting time that you should be using instructing your children? Why do you have your children at home? I bet you have your children at home because you want them away from bad influences, because you want to give them a better education than they could receive at public school, because you want to infuse their lives with the Word of God, because you want them to have role models that they can look up to. Are you giving them all of those things every day? If you're not, you're wasting your time. And I bet that is not the will of God for your life. Here's the thing. The work itself is never going to get easier, but you will get stronger the more you do it day in and day out. That's how muscle growth works. That's how discipline works. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The work itself doesn't get easier, but you build strength of character, strength of body, so that you can complete the task that the Lord has set before you. Number 6, and this is a really hard one for some people, not necessarily for me, but I know for a lot of people, they do not like being the bad guy. You will be the villain of this story for a season. When you really buckle down and start parenting the way that you should, your children will not like it. They will say, and probably not even just your children, but other people around you who may also not be doing their job when they're parenting. They will say, you're too serious. You are too strict. You are too much. You're requiring too much. Why? Well, it makes your children uncomfortable because they understand that the buck stops now. But it also makes other parents around you uncomfortable because it's pointing out their own inabilities, okay? But that doesn't mean that you're off the hook. You are still required to be a parent. You have to remember this. You are not raising a bunch of little fans. You are raising adults who one day will actually thank you for the discipline that you instilled in their lives. If you do not know how to do this, the book that I've been recommending to people is Parenting by the Book. I will link it in the description box below. It has already helped so many moms that I've recommended it to. So if you just don't even know where to start, that's a really good place. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote for some encouragement. To be a mother is by no means second class. On the contrary, it is the greatest honor. Okay, so we need to be worthy of that honor is what I'm trying to say. We need to do the thing that needs to be done to make sure that our children are growing up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. That does not happen on its own. It requires a dedicated mother and a dedicated father who are doing right by their children. What does the Bible say about discipline? It says a child left to himself will bring shame to his mother. And that is definitely what is happening in today's society. Number 7, excellence is always inconvenient. Here's the truth. You will never find the time. You are going to have to carve it out. And you do this by killing comfort, distractions, and excuses. The women who build beautiful and effective homeschools, they're not lucky. They are disciplined. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote. There is always enough time to do the will of God. Remember, ladies, that is what we are after here. We are doing everything that we can, infused by the Holy Spirit, to do the will of God day by day. You have to remember, convenience is what average people worship, but you were called to something higher than that. And finally, number 8, homeschooling will sanctify you before it will succeed you. So when you first started homeschooling, you probably thought that this was all about teaching your children. What you didn't realize is this is actually also about molding and shaping yourself into a much, much better version. Homeschooling will absolutely expose every weakness you have ever had. Your impatience, your pride, your inconsistency. But the beautiful thing is, it's not failure. It is all about refinement, because just because that is who you are today, it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. It definitely doesn't mean that you should stay there. You need to be growing every single day. Here's another Elizabeth Elliot quote. The process of shaping the child shapes also the mother herself. So homeschooling does not just grow and shape children, it grows and shapes mothers as well. So ladies, here's what I want you to walk away with today. If you were my daughter, I would tell you that homeschooling can absolutely be the making of you, but only if you submit to the process. And if you are in that place today where you feel like everything about your homeschool is heavy, like you feel like everything is just slipping through your fingers, you do not have to stay there. This is one of the reasons why I put together my masterclass. The framework I wish I had 18 years ago when everything was falling apart. It will teach you how to bring order out of chaos, how to lead with conviction again, and how to rebuild your homeschool from the ground up. But this time with peace. You'll find the link for that in the description box below. Remember, motherhood is not chaos management. It is kingdom work. Let's start treating it that way.